Hi, today it's a special video. I'm in Toronto. It's the 29th of September. It's a special day because it's Nuit Blanche here in Toronto, and I'm gonna participate for the first time to the Cube of Truth. It's organized by Voiceless for the Anonymous, and I look forward to do it. I'm excited. I wanted to be more active, and so let's see how it is.
So that brings up a good point. Like, as a community, and then kids are kind of like
So the Cube started, and this is Sina. He's doing this for how long?
I've been doing this for just over a year. Just almost exactly a year, yes.
And so what is it about the Cube?
So in the cubes, as you can see, the volunteers, a group of volunteers stand in an arrangement of a square showing screens. It's either screens that they've brought themselves or they're given, showing various aspects of animal agriculture and especially all the cruelty that's involved to them. They are quite graphic. The masks, the white masks, are basically they're partly meant to attract the attention of the passerbys, so that by the time people are here, then then other volunteers who are outreacher part of the cubes can go toward them and talk to them. Yeah.
And this is a special night tonight, right? Because this is the Nuit Blanche, so there's a lot of people.
Yeah. So we try to selectively select the locations to have the largest audience possible, especially largest meat-loving audience, to create the most impact the quickest. But we do have a typical location in Toronto. If there's nothing else going on, if it's just a typical weekend, it's in Dundas Square, right in front of the H&M. Yeah.
Oh, cool. And how long have you been doing this, the Cube, the event?
So I joined them in September last year, so almost exactly a year, yes.
It's quite amazing. Do you see people having strong reactions?
I've personally encountered, I've encountered, the more outreach you do. I actually started off with just standing in the queue, and that's
like I do right now, yeah.
Volunteers, yes, exactly. That's how most volunteers start off. At first it could be quite daunting to go toward random strangers, and you need to, especially if if you are like me, the introverted type, you need to kind of go outside that zone of just being shy and rather kind of with a positive vibe, obviously, just going and start by ideally Q&A, because questions and answers are the best way. If you can raise questions rather than tell them anything, that would create the most impact, because that would make them think rather than be just a listener. That would make them think and respond, and maybe just throughout that Q&A, it will help them come at realizations that they wouldn't have had. So
yeah, like open consciousness, right?
Yeah, exactly. That's where most people start off. I started off that probably about after half a year I started going outside the cube, so on the outreach side, doing more talking. Yeah.
Awesome.
But nowadays I do half and half, so if I stand in the cube for an hour and then I do an hour of outreaching. Yeah.
Personal question, how long have you been vegan?
It's tough to say, because I personally had a very gradual transition. Like many other vegans who had like one clear day on the calendar that they now celebrate on a, like a yearly basis. They have an a vegan anniversary. I don't have that. I went vegetarian, and then so I was inclined as far back as 2010, 2011, because those were the years that I first saw parts of the movie Earthlings, but I hadn't seen the whole thing. But from even then already I was very inclined, but due to lots of things, the family pressures, there were not a lot of vegans around. There was certainly not the big community that we now have back then. So I just had a very gradual transition. But I could say I've been a vegan for a solid 3 years, with an additional maybe 2 to 3 years solid vegetarian before that. Yeah.
Awesome, thank you.
Yeah, welcome. My pleasure.
Thank you for talking to me. Okay, let's go back to the cube and let's do some more work. Bye.